Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and in the next 30 days, I'll be doing the absolute bare minimum in a bid to learn to rebuild myself trust. And this is before I can even think about changing my life in 6 months, which is my ultimate goal. So, why am I doing this? Last year, I had a quarter life crisis and I wanted to do a complete overhaul. And the quarter life crisis was because I was feeling like I had turned 25, I didn't have anything significant to my name, and I felt that I had wasted a lot of time. I have this defining age, or that's what I thought at that time, and I still haven't got life figured out. And the interesting bit is that even after I tried to change my life in 6 months, my health and um, trying to be healthy and losing weight and just being this fit girl who's got her life together and career together, I think I'm actually worse. I mean, not in the best place. There's some things that have become better, but mentally I feel more stressed. Actually, I think I am a little bit chronically stressed. And also, I have gained a little bit of weight since then. Another thing is that I haven't actually followed through the things that I thought I'd do at that time. So yeah, I am, and I it's safe to say I failed last time, and I want to try again this year, and I want to do it a little bit differently from the videos that we have seen other creators do when they're trying to change their lives in 3 months or 6 months. I think most of them have just pretty much rolled off and just done a complete overhaul at once. I want to do it differently, and I want to slowly win myself into having a routine, following through the goals that I set for myself, etc. And that's why I am here. For the next 30 days, I'll be doing the bare minimum, and I mean absolute bare minimum. And for this bare minimum, it's going to be just 5 rules that I need to follow every single day for the next 30 days. And again, as I have said, I currently feel really stressed, and the last couple of months have been so stressful to me. Work has been really busy. I have found myself taking up more responsibilities, feeling stressed, and then there was a recent development that just sort of crushed my morale. And I am, I think I've had time to process it, and that's why I'm here. I want to now move past that and do things differently, embrace structure, something that I've never had in my entire life. Me and routines have been enemies ever since I was young, and I want to win myself into having a little bit of structure, which I believe will be good for me and would help me ultimately change my life in the 6 months I'm thinking about. Okay, so these are the 5 rules I have to follow in the next 30 days. It's really simple. I do not want to overwhelm myself like I've previously done. Um, and probably that's the reason why I have procrastinated a lot for the majority of my life, is just like putting too much pressure on myself. First rule for me is going to be career leverage for me. And the reason why I have this goal is because for the past 2 years, my priority has been my work and who I work for, and not myself. And I think this is why I had things the other way around. And I think I'm actually really embarrassed to talk about this because I think deep down I know what happens in organizations and how corporate works. And yet, for some reason, I found myself in a self-instigated trap. um, there was one meeting I listened to, and there was this lady who was talking about how the best advice she had ever received was planning her exit. Immediately she gets into a new role, she plans her exit. She realizes that um, that is not her company. She's there to do a certain job, and she's there to grow herself in a particular way. And she wants to leave, or this is what she wants from this opportunity, and this is how long she's going to stay there, and this is how she's going to exit that particular environment. For me, it was different. I think I worked more or less like um, millennials or boomers, how they are really, their lives is all about work without thinking about themselves really, because yeah, something like that. It's it's a controversial topic, I think, or rather an interesting one that needs more time to talk about. The goal will be every single morning I need to take an hour to, one, apply for new roles, two, analyze the status of my skills, and then understand what I am going to learn that week, and make progress towards this every single day. So before I even start my work in my organization, I should pour into myself first. And that is, again, looking for new roles, analyzing my skill set, and knowing what I'm going to learn for that day or that week. So very simple, just giving myself 1 hour to do this. Yeah, yes. And the second rule for me will be going outside and touching grass. Yes. For the past 2 years, the one thing that I have really struggled with is setting up boundaries and taking care of myself enough to go outside and slow down, wind down when the day ends, and just putting boundaries between me and my work and having a good life work balance. So that's why I have this rule, and I will be going outside for 10 minutes maximum, no, minimum. I'll be going outside for 10 minutes minimum for the next 30 days. So as long as I have gone outside for 10 minutes, that's a win. My other third rule is going to be drinking water. I have mentioned in another video that I do not take water, and it's a surprise I am alive. Or rather, anyway, yeah, I don't take enough water. So the next 30 days, I will be devoting myself, committing to drinking at least 1 liter of water every single day, which is pretty standard. Yeah. And I can do it. It's something I have done before. I just need to commit to it and actually drink water, hydrate, make sure I'm hydrated, and probably good for me in the long run, anyways. The fourth rule for me is going to be food. Whenever it gets super busy, and since I work remotely, I tend to snack a lot, or just not pay attention to what I am fueling myself with. And most of the time, it's just snacks and things that are not good for me, or don't make me feel good in the long run. So I'll be committing to taking whole foods and committing to eating balanced meals throughout my day. So as long as I have had a whole balanced meal, then that's a win for me for that particular day. And my fifth one, which is probably going to be the hardest for me to do, is going to be sleep. Yes, my fifth rule is around sleep. I have realized that I function really, really well when I get to sleep around 8 hours and 30 minutes. And I feel like shit when I don't. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that word here, but I don't feel great when I sleep for less than 6 hours. So the ultimate goal for me will to set a hard stop, when to wind down, and make sure every single day I at least get 8 hours and 30 minutes of sleep, because that's when I feel really, really great and very productive the next day when I have had such long hours of sleep. And this is probably going to be the hardest one for me because, yeah, I do have a lot of work, and putting a hard stop has always been a very, very hard thing for me, because most of the time I find myself saying, let me give myself 2 more hours, or let me give myself 1 more hour to finish this thing, which ends up being 3 hours. So that's another thing that I really, really, really want to do. Uh, Sleep on time and get enough sleep. So those are the five bare minimum rules that I have for myself. Just to narrate them again, number one will be my career leverage, giving myself 1 hour every single day to pour into myself and build my skills my own way. The second one will be to go outside for 10 minutes minimum every single day, no excuses. The third one will be drinking 1 liter of water every single day. Very important for me to be hydrated. Number four will be eating a balanced meal every single day. Very important as well. And number five, again, which is probably going to be the hardest one for me, is getting 8 hours, 30 minutes of sleep every single day. And this will require me to put a hard stop at when I actually stop working. And yeah, so this will be the rules for me in the next 30 days. Every single week, I'll come up with a recap and post it on YouTube on how the week has gone. And I'm really, really hoping that I actually stick to this for the next 30 days. So wish me luck. And yeah, this is me for this video. If there's anyone else who actually struggles with this and actually getting to do things and trusting themselves, then yeah, you can drop a comment in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on my next one. Bye.